You want to talk about it? I'd rather laugh about it. Let's get a little dark about it.
On the Traumedy Show.
Welcome to the Traumedy Show. I'm your co-host, Rachel Wilford.
And I'm your other co-host, Megan Wilford.
And Megan has a boyfriend.
I just made Rachel restart, which is why we're giggly, because I tried to make some joke about George Washington
And it didn't land, and she got insecure.
I'm just rusty.
Well,
but yes, George Washington is my boyfriend.
the wig and everything.
The wig and everything. Washington boy.
Founding father found himself a girlfriend.
Yeah, I was just trying to make some joke about like some sort of founding America, founding my pussy. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't know enough about American history to make hilarious jokes.
Listen, everything I know about George Washington is from Hamilton, the musical.
Fair enough. Everything I know about George Washington is from the quarter. And I really had to think for a second which American currency he was on. Because I almost said the dollar.
Oh, I would have said the dollar for sure. Who's on the dollar?
I
ask as if Jefferson? I know. I have no idea. You tell me.
Who the fuck's on the dollar?
Did you ever have the 50 States Quarter Collector's book?
Oh, for sure.
I had that too.
Oh, yeah.
Was that just like a millennial thing we had?
A millennial, like, Christian culture.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do.
We collect quarters from every state.
Fuck a body count. You want a quarter count. Collect those quarters.
I was really into it though.
Yeah. The quarters were key to abstinence.
Look how that turned out.
And that didn't stop us.
Well, it did actually. I waited till I was married.
That's true.
Because of my quarter book.
You did the right Christian girl thing. Did you bring your quarters to your wedding night? Your quarter book?
Hey, babe, look at this.
George Washington from Florida.
Well, I thought I wouldn't be worth anything unless I collected all 50 quarters.
You're still not worth anything.
Well, now I'm really not worth anything because I'm another man's wasted whatever. What are the Christian...
And you have no quarters.
I have no quarters.
No.
Well, were the Christian allegories about purity culture? It was like, why would you give away the milk for free or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm a used heifer.
Why would you buy the cow when you're giving him the milk away for free?
Right.
Well, spoiler alert, the milk is spoiled anyway. And
George Washington is lapping up that spoiled
George
milk.
Washington is lactose intolerant. So joke's on you. He doesn't even want milk.
He doesn't even want my milk.
He wants beef, and that's why he'll buy the cow. So he can slaughter it and eat it. I love how I was like, wow, I'm so tired. I don't know how I'm going to be funny. And then I'm just zinger after zinger after zinger, Rachel.
George Washington does like oat milk in his coffee.
Yes, he's lactose intolerant. Always has been. We have always said that about George Washington.
George Washington, my boyfriend? I can't remember now if we're talking about my boyfriend now or if we're actually talking about...
I was talking about the
president.
The founding father, the actual George Washington.
No, I'm talking about my boyfriend.
Oh, he likes oat milk.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Washington boy. Yeah, we jumped back to the original opener of this podcast.
Right. Oh, right. You have a boyfriend. And we were talking about that.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Sorry. We went on a quarters tangent.
Couldn't have seen that one coming.
We had a little currency corner.
Currency
quarter.
Yeah.
It's going to be so embarrassing if we stop this and George Washington's not actually on the quarter. He's on a different coin.
Oh, that would be really funny.
I don't think that's true. Continue.
Well,
you have a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, I think I might have even put this on the Traumedy Show story, but you've probably seen a few pics. This has already been hard launched on the stories.
Yeah.
It's not on the grid yet, but...
It's not really breaking news, so you guys know if you're real ones. You've figured it out by now.
You know, but if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
That's a Hamilton.
Is it really?
If you know, if you don't know, now you know. No, it is from Hamilton.
That's amazing. What a callback. Okay.
Yeah, he's been my boyfriend now since March 3rd.
Oh my God. Almost
Okay,
2
so
weeks.
we'll just get into it. I don't know if we had a tiny trauma or triumph or anything, but I can just get right into the boyfriend updates.
Let's just do the updates.
The boyfriend updates. That's why I was like, we need to record an episode because he's been my boyfriend now for a while and I haven't even like talked about it on the podcast yet.
Yeah, we need to deep dive it.
This is breaking news. Like I haven't had a boyfriend since I dated Isaac for 3 days.
The world's shortest relationship.
And then before then it was Alex last May. So it's been a minute. As a reminder, this is Bullseye's friend from high school. So they got to play golf together. It was so cute.
Yeah.
It was the cutest.
It was cute. We joked about like, like maybe they'll ride in the cart together instead of with us because you have to have like 2 carts and the 4 of us went.
Yeah.
And we were kind of joking about it, but then that's exactly what ended up happening. We're like, they're just on a little date of their own.
Oh, they were
Megan
on
and I
such
were
a
on our
little
own.
date.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll start from the beginning in a second, but the golf date in particular was so cute because Washington really likes golf. That's like his thing. So when he found out that we were going to have a golf date with you and Bullseye, he was like so hyped. He's like, I got to change everything I've packed. But then even leading up to the date, he was like, I don't know, I'm like kind of nervous.
He was like more nervous to hang out with Bullseye than he was to meet you.
Yeah, he's like, I just am like really excited and I want it to go well. And he's
as if they don't already know each other.
I know. I think he just was kind of like, this is it.
Yeah,
you know, like I need to make
the pressure was high.
Right. At that point. But they were so cute. And then you and I were in our golf cart and we're like, oh my God.
It's happening.
Yeah. Like look at our boyfriends like
being so gay.
Oh yeah. And then later that night, I'm skipping all around, but we all had gone out and we were like definitely pretty drunk at this point. And then Bullseye, it's hard to remember their like pseudonyms like, on the spot. Bullseye and Washington were having this like bro moment.
Yeah.
And Bullseye was like hugging him and like almost crying and looking at me and like, you better not fuck this up.
Yeah. Threatening you.
And then you were like taking pictures and then you looked at me and you're like, I'm going to cry.
It was a gorgeous moment.
It was because I feel like obviously it's early with Washington Boy and everything, but like we've never had partners. Our partners have never really gotten along or like been close.
Been good friends. No.
And
the last like the Wolf and your ex-husband had like literally nothing in common.
Oh.
And they weren't big fans of each other. So
no.
That was not really a thing.
No.
So this is fun for us.
Oh, we've always dreamed about like, oh, it'd be so cool if like your boyfriend or your husband got along with mine and we could go on trips together.
It's become mandatory. Like it's actually become mandatory.
Right.
And for it to already like be built in and that's how they each know each other anyway. It's like, oh, this is a perfect scenario.
It's crazy that that's even the connection to Washington Boy is through Bullseye.
Exactly.
Who would have fucking like plant like...
It's so fucking random.
It's so random, but also just makes so much sense at the same time.
For sure.
Like, yeah.
I was telling you, or maybe I wasn't telling you. I was talking to somebody about this. Maybe it was Bullseye, but like when we were younger, I don't remember if you and I ever did this, but Sabrina and I always did this where we would play Barbies and we had 2 girl Barbies that were the exact same Barbie and she was one of them and I was one of them always.
Oh, really?
And then I had 2 boy Barbies that we always used as like, oh, we're going to get married to these 2. And so it was always, the thing was we were sisters and then we ended up marrying brothers playing Barbies.
Yeah.
And so it kind of is feeling like that now of like, oh, cousins dating best friends.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Because they've known each other like a long ass time.
15 years, probably.
Something like that. I don't know if it was like
they're
junior
each
high
31.
that they knew each other or if it was high school, but definitely.
Between 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
They've known each other, I think.
Every now and then I keep hearing like news stories about Bullseye from George Washington. Yeah. Like, oh, this party we were at or the friggin' road trips or whatever. And it's just so funny to be funny. Oh, that's weird. You guys have known each other well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anyways, backing up a little bit. Also, side note, I did have my birthday party. Last time it was you and me recording, we were talking about, okay, this birthday party is this weekend. So we did have that. It was a blast. It was really fun. Not much to really report other than Rachel and Bullseye are now extremely viral.
Oh. Oh, yeah. It's at like over 12 million now at this point as of right now.
Oh, by far the most viral video we've ever had.
Oh, it got 10 million views in like 3 days.
Yeah. Which, of course, like the most viral content we've ever had always has Bullseye in it.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can't succeed without a man.
And that's our plight as women forever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We need a man.
But I'm so pleased that it went really viral because this was my vision.
Yes.
I mean, the original vision was you as the chocolate grandma,
which
now
would have been extremely problematic.
Mm-hmm. If you follow us on Instagram and you look at the comments in this reel, you'll see a lot of, most people are really, really cool about it, but a lot of people are like, oh, it's blackface.
99% of people are obsessed with this and like insane amount of comments, insane amount of shares, insane amount of likes. Like people are obsessed with this, 99% of them. But then there's the 1% that are like, oh my God, is he black or like, is this blackface?
Oh, and it's
like,
white people doing it.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like somebody will make that comment and then black people will come to his defense in the comments and be like, this isn't blackface, bro. It's like, it's mostly like black people and me going in there and like defending it. Like one, he is black. Right. So there's that. And then two, he's not cosplaying as a black person. No. It's a sea creature. It's a cartoon sea creature.
Shriveled up like worm. Old fish.
Yeah.
Who's 100 years old.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's like, and then there was one person that was like, imagine like going to somebody's profile to see if they're black in order to decide if you're offended or not.
Right.
Like, bruh, come on, relax, dude. We know the difference by now between like what's okay and what's not okay. And like,
and it's just also it's okay. It is kind of ridiculous though that people are like calling him out on it when like he literally is black.
He literally is black.
So I knew that was going to happen though. I knew it.
We did too.
Especially once you see him out of the costume.
Yes, and we totally agree. Like as soon as he's out of the costume and he's just walking around with the face paint.
That's why we were like, it's a very good thing that Rachel did not end up being the shriveled up grandma.
Well, and we would have not done that. Yeah. Like I would have just kept my same color, obviously. We're not stupid.
Right. But obviously it worked for Bullseye.
It's better. It was so and he's better with the voice.
It was so funny.
It was supposed to be him all along.
So that was the update from that party. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, everything else was awesome and it ended up being really fun.
Yeah. We won the costume contest.
Yeah.
And I pushed him around in a wheelchair for most of the night.
I love that the costume contest was just me really drunk at the end of the night awarding it. I think I was just talking for like 15 minutes at that point.
No, it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long.
No.
I just remember like not really remembering. I remember not remembering that moment when I did award like the stuff at the end and I had the mic. I was just...
You did great, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was my birthday party.
Yeah,
and then it was like, then I went to Vegas for 5 days for a work conference. And then on Friday was when George Washington was coming into town. Mm-hmm. And so at this point we had been talking every day for, I think it had been like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which felt like longer in a way. It felt like I very like intimately knew this person. Mm-hmm. So then the excitement and the like anxiety, anxiousness, like the happy anxiousness of meeting him for the first time was one of the most like memorable moments in my adult life. Absolutely. Just being like, oh, holy shit. Okay, it's happening. Like, okay, it's tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's today. Okay, it's 2 hours from now. And just the prep of, I just got back from this work conference and like, I got to fucking shower. I got to shave. I got to clean my apartment. I need to do all this. Oh my God, I need to leave for the airport and I'm driving to pick him up. And like the drive to the airport, I was like shaking with excitement, but it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even pinpoint another feeling like this. It's like always fun as a 30-year-old to be like a new feeling, a new experience. Yeah, I was like, wow, I haven't been like this excited about something and like nervous, but just to have such a connection with someone. And at this point, it's not like he and I were saying I love you or anything, but we were definitely very emotionally invested. Like all of that went out the window of let's wait to try to get invested.
Yeah.
And then I finally pick him up at the airport and I see him. And unfortunately, like the John Wayne Airport, people were like, keep it moving, keep it moving. So like we didn't even really get to kiss or anything. Like it was pretty short. But like, even just seeing his face for the first time and hugging him was so crazy. And then I was like, oh my God, he's so tall, which was fun. And then almost killed us on the drive back. Like, of course, who's surprised?
No one, not me. Certainly not me.
Because I'm having this like out of body experience of like, oh my God, this person I'm meeting, but I'm also like getting on the freeway and
merging into traffic.
Yeah. And we kept just like looking at each other and then giggling and then being like, oh my God, whoops. And then it was like,
yeah,
I got to make sure I just get us back to my apartment.
Alive.
Get us back alive. And then I think we had our first kiss finally, like once I parked at my apartment. And it was so magical, but also so wholesome. Like it was really, really, really sweet. And yeah, I mean, the sex was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also just like, meeting someone for the first time. So of course there's just like nerves and oh my gosh, but like it was feeling really, really safe and comfortable with a person, which I think was what really one of the things that stood out to me is just how like open and safe and happy I already felt with this person, even just like from an intimacy level, and like absolutely compatible in that department. I wasn't really worried about it and neither was he.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. And then he made me pancakes in the morning and we just had a nice lazy day. Then we went and played golf with you guys, showed him the beach because he's from Washington and hadn't been to Southern California really before. And then went out with our friends. They all loved him, which was really nice. And then we went dancing at our little local grimy bar, kind of a shit show of a bar, but it was really fun. Feeling like he was at my level at that like energy.
Yeah.
Like, he's goofier than I am dancing for sure.
Yeah.
But so
he gives me vibes.
Oh yeah. Just in like being a weirdo on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But also he was like incredibly good at dancing at the same time. I was like, where the fuck did those come from?
He fit right in.
Yes. And that's what felt so like just comfortable and like safe about the whole thing. Was like, whoa, you just like fit right in the vibe, the group. And then Sunday we like went and got brunch and he was already like, yeah, I'd really like to live here, man. And all weekend we kept the whole joke. I was like, okay, take it easy because it was so hard not to get really, really far ahead of ourselves at that point. And it still is. And we still kind of joke to each other to take it easy. But at this point, like that left the train station and we are fully not taking it easy anymore. And then when I drove him to the airport Monday morning and I kind of just had this, like, it was such a perfect weekend. Everything went even better than I could have expected. And I was like, psh, I'm not letting this person leave without like being my boyfriend. I don't give a like, I wanted him to ask me first, but at the same time, I was like, I think he and I are on the same page emotionally. We already were exclusive at that point. We'd already said we're not sleeping with other people. So it's just like, I know it's early, but like, fuck it. And so it's like, he keeps joking now about how it happened because it's like 4:30 in the morning. I'm driving him to the airport. We're both kind of delirious and was like, so like, how do you feel about being my boyfriend? Or I would like that. I don't know if you would like that, but I'm ready for that if you are okay with that. And he was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I guess, I mean, I was going to ask, but like...
When was he going to ask?
I don't know. And then later I was asking and I'm like, was that super weird that I did that? And he was like, I mean, it was like 4 a.m. in the airport or like on the way there. And I was like, yeah, but what was I going to wait around for 3 months or something?
Yeah. No, I love that you felt secure enough to just be like, this is what I want. Do you want that? Great.
I knew he was going to say yes.
Yeah, he'd be stupid not to. Sorry. He would. I would have been stupid.
I mean, yeah. And at that point, we'd already like, I just was like, all right.
Yeah.
We're already talking about when are you going to move out here?
Yeah. No shit.
So I know that this was our first time meeting each other, but I would like you to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I think it just caught him off guard.
Sure.
I think he just was like, oh. So then it was kind of like a little conversation waffling back and forth. And he was like, yeah, let's talk about it later, something like soon, like maybe when I'm like more awake. And I was like, okay. And then I think like 3 minutes went by. He was like, no, yeah, I want to be your boyfriend. I thought about it. He's like,
just needed a second to process that.
I think he just like needed, he probably was planning on asking me or something. And I just got him off guard. And then, so then he was my boyfriend. And then I got the flu.
And he did too.
And then it was like 3 days later, or even 2 days later, my work was like, hey, would you be able to come to Seattle next Tuesday for work something? And I was like, fuck yes, I can. Mm-hmm. So then I got to bonus see him like 5 days later. Mm-hmm. And we were both super sick, which was a bummer, but it still was such a fun weekend because we got to go to Emerald City Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. It was his very first Comic-Con, which was fun. He had a good time, even though he was pretty sick. But he still liked it and he's excited to go back.
Nice.
So much so that he's going to Anime Las Vegas with us now.
Yep.
In 2 weeks.
I successfully convinced Megan to come to Anime Las Vegas when she wasn't originally going to.
Oh my God, it's going to be so fun. So yeah, we got to see each other again. And just a little bit more, and like we had less, there was a lot more downtime to just like hang out, be with each other, be sick, be gross, be ugly. Like it was fine. Like it just already felt so I just keep like I just kept telling my therapist, like I just felt like so happy and like safe and comfortable. Like there's just no little voice in my head or like little red flags. Like I don't know, like it just kind of feels like right in my body even. Which is really cool because I've spent so much of the last 2 years since I left my marriage, just even being like, who am I? What do I want? Like learning to listen to myself and my body cues. And I think literally any other person I've been with since my ex-husband, I've always kind of had some sort of like, ooh, I don't think this is, I don't know. So it feels like really cool to be like, oh, I'm listening to myself and this actually really feels so like.
Yeah. Feel confident and good about it.
Yeah. I was like sobbing when I talked about that in therapy. I was like, oh, wow. Holy shit. And it's the first time I've like been in love since my marriage. And he was joking that I asked him so early to be my boyfriend. And then literally 4 days later when I saw him again in Seattle, he like tells me he loves me. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You act like I'm moving fast.
Yeah.
He's all like, I want to get you pregnant.
Take it easy.
Oh, yeah. So we're... It's really...
You're moving quite slow. And really taking your time.
It's just really wonderful.
I want to talk.
To be like, oh, shit, I haven't been in love since my ex-husband. And even that, like... I fell out of love, I think, in that marriage quite some time before it even ended. Yeah. So it's like just like this feeling and really genuinely like loving a partner. I've been so happy and content being alone the last couple years. And I know that I am, if for whatever reason this blew up and didn't work out, like I'm going to be okay. And I don't like need this. And that's what's cool about it. Being like, I was open to a relationship, but I wasn't out here dating like, I need a boyfriend. I want one so bad. Yeah. Like it just kind of...
It's a way different choice at that point. It's choosing out of confidence versus like fear.
Yeah. And choosing something that's not convenient. Like he lives... Totally. Not here, but it just like, fuck. And it's just really nice. It's so nice to be in love, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has been a great couple years just like getting to that point.
Yeah.
And being on my own and like, I don't know, rediscovering who I am so that I can feel like this confident and happy and safe in a relationship.
Yeah, that is crazy. It has been like almost 2 years since.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's really coming up.
It's been almost 2 years.
That's wild.
Certainly 2 years ago in my marriage, I was not.
No, it was crumbling.
Oh, it had already crumbled. It was like falling apart. So it's just like, whoa, kind of a full circle moment of like, here I am now, like of all the stuff I've learned. And I'm talking like we're getting married tomorrow. I recognize that this is still an early relationship.
Sure.
But it's just even though it's an early relationship, I can recognize what is true for me now. And that is like, I feel so happy and safe and confident. And like, these are what I look for in a partner. And I know that I only have known this person for a couple months, but I can still look at who he is and like what I want out of my future. And it's like, it's just fucking rad. I don't know. That's where I'm at right now.
We love it for you.
Thanks.
It's very exciting. I'm selfishly very excited.
Yeah.
It's very convenient for me as well.
It's great.
It is.
I mean, and we'll see.
I love him too. Just like, yeah, I think he's awesome. I shipped it from the beginning. So
who would have like, I don't know. It's like, oh, maybe Bullseye's friends will come visit for the weekend and he and I will hook up or something. Like, I don't know if anyone was like, oh, what if this is it? And they get married.
Yeah. What if this actually is it?
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of wild. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't think he and I expected it to be like, oh, now they're like serious. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we expected it to be more just like fun and flirty. And then after a couple weeks, it was like, and now you guys are falling asleep on the phone. Huh. Oh, instead of coming out in September, he's coming out in 3 weeks. Oh, yeah, that's probably for the best. Like, yeah, it just kind of took off on its own.
It really did.
Just great.
Yeah, it did. It was really nice though that like he wasn't. Not that there's anything wrong with meeting a person on the apps or whatever, but it was nice to be like, oh, this is a person that is vouched
pre-vetted.
Mm-hmm.
It does help when it's like, oh yeah, this is a friend of my friend, a person I already really trust, and like, yeah, that does always help.
So we'll see, but that's that.
That's that.
We're going to Anime Las Vegas in 2 weeks.
Well, and like also just think about like all the male updates you've given on this podcast. You fucking slut. And I'm just kidding. But like, no, I don't know. I just had kind of this moment of like, wow, all the shitty men that like you specifically have kind of talked about. And now obviously it's early, but like, yeah, it's very good and natural and healthy. And yeah,
so many
exciting little.
I could go. I mean, honestly, I don't want to be super lame and just like gush about it for the next hour, but there are a lot of little things I feel like I could talk about that I really like and appreciate about him so far. I do want to tell the earplug story though, because that's so cute. I don't know if we talked about earplugs when we talked about Alex and I breaking up.
I don't remember either.
I can't remember, but if you remember me talking about Alex, it was like June or May of last year when he and I broke up. It was when he was like, wanted me to start wearing dresses and be a little more modest and was just a little more controlling over time. There was one specific moment that was a red flag to me early on. I sleep with earplugs every night because I'm a weirdo like that. And when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll take them out of my ear and I'll put them under my pillow because I'll reuse them a couple times, whatever. And that's just like my natural habit. Alex was not only like annoyed, he was like legitimately upset and thought it was disrespectful that I accidentally had left my earplugs underneath my pillow when I spent the night. So much so that he like took a picture of it as like a shame thing and like sent it to me with no context. Just sends me a picture of my earplugs and I'm like, oh, haha, sorry, like not even realizing that that's what he was doing. And then like later we even had another conversation about it. And he was like, that's really, really gross and actually disrespectful that you just leave your earplugs like that. And I was like, oh my God, you're like mad.
He fucking sucked.
He sucked. He really did. And then I had to be so careful every time I spent the night. Like, God forbid I leave an earplug. And then I hadn't told Washington Boy this story, but at one point he like finds one of my earplugs and he goes, oh, it's so cute. Like, it reminds me of you. And just held it up. And I like almost started crying. I was like, oh, wow. You just like healed something a little bit in me.
Yeah.
And then I told him the earplug story and he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is that? And then now it's this whole bit. So he found a bobby pin the other day and he takes a picture and sent it to me and he's like, what the fuck is this, Megan? He sent me a picture of a Starburst because I left it. So it's our running joke.
I love it.
But yeah.
I had a similar thing with Bullseye super early on yeah, I don't know. It's such green flags when it's like a very specific thing that they do that's like the opposite of something that was like so, even if it was like small like that, like the earplugs or whatever, like it doesn't have to be this like major trauma, but just a little thing that was like a ouchie from before. And then they come in and they're like when he wanted to pick us up from the airport.
Yes.
And the weatherman was like such a dick about it.
Weird about the airport.
And I'm like, we had only gone on one date at that point. And he's like, yeah, I'll pick you up from the airport and I'll bring you guys coffee too. Yep. Like whatever. Things like that. It's like, wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You kind of just like, it does really like heal a little bit of you like along the way. And maybe you wouldn't have even thought about the earplugs thing ever again, you know, but
right.
I don't know. Yeah. It's cute.
They're good little green flags and it kind of does just like, you have to go through some of these experiences sometimes and then
you appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like another little one, like when I took him to the con with me for the first time, he was like, do you want to hold hands and act like you're my girlfriend? Or would you rather me just like pretend to be one of your worshiping simps? Because he's like, because I know that you have fans and if that's like weird, if you don't want to say you have a boyfriend because you don't want, like if you don't want that to hurt your cosplay career, like that's like he was legitimately kind of kidding, or no, he was legitimately serious.
But like it's giving secure in my masculinity. Yes. It's giving secure in my relationship. It's
and like
it's great.
Any time I've said like, "Are you okay with my cosplay?" He's like, "Am I okay with your cosplay?" Like, yes. And then certain costumes, like, is this too sexy or whatnot? And he's like, no, not at all. Like, it could be more. And then I was like, no, dude, I want you. I'm going to share you on my account. It's not like I have an OnlyFans. Like, I'm not financially dependent on the fact that people think I'm single. But it was really sweet that he even like was secure enough that he was offering that versus Alex being like hated all of it. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It was just there was like one other little thing. It was like a couple days ago. Like he's definitely a feminist. He's not like controlling by any means, but he also will say little things about like doing everything within his power to take care of me. And like I just want to. He's like, all I really want to do is like take care of you and like prepare for our little family one day. And I was like,
okay.
Like,
yeah,
fuck. Like, I'm absolutely a feminist. I'm all for like, but shit.
But please,
please. My God, take care of me.
Yeah.
And like, that's a phrase that I don't think my ex-husband ever said. I don't think he ever once was, I want to take care of you. I want to provide for you. I want to like, no. Like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So hot.
Super hot. And it was literally the first time anyone's ever said that to me. So I was like, wow, okay.
Like, yes, daddy, please.
Seriously. Well, also like, yeah, be the father of my children. Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Rip out my IUD. Let's go. Want to take care of me? Let's fucking do this thing.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's going well.
Mm-hmm.
Swimmingly.
Well, Thelonious, I have yapped enough for now.
I disagree. You've never quite yapped enough, Thelonious. You could always yap more, if you ask me.
Wow. Well, in that case,
I could listen to you yap for the rest of my days, Thelonious. And I think I will.
Oh, I just had this vision of us, like, honestly being, like, in a nursing home, just, like, with our fucking podcast.
Pink mics. And it's, like, not even plugged in. It's just you and I holding the mics, talking to each other. What's new with me? I've been just, like, really entrenched in work stuff, but it's been super fun. My third post, which was, like, actually the first couple... I started posting for RevDoc. The first couple were just like a soft launch of like, hey, I'm the new social media manager and it's going to start kind of looking different around here. Mm-hmm. And then the third one was actually like a trend I tried and it popped off and went viral and has like 150,000 views or something. And it's of my double chin. So I finally got a little bit famous for my double chin, as you know, I always knew I would. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. So
your chin was always destined for greatness.
All of my chins have always been destined for greatness. Yep. Probably my second and my third most so.
All of my chins.
And like, I'm super happy with them. They're super happy with me. The CEO is very pleased. My manager is very pleased. So it's fun. And then I was planning on going to Anime Las Vegas with Bullseye already. And you were going to go to a different con. But like I get a free stay and stuff when I go with him. So I was just going to tag along. And then I was like, wait, I could like maybe turn this into a work trip and like kind of make content for them and be creative. And so then I pitched it to my manager and he was just like, yeah, go nuts. Like, oh, that didn't take much convincing. Yeah. He's just like, you're free to do whatever you feel is best on these channels. Like, I just want you to go nuts.
Amazing.
Like, certainly I will. I will just simply go nuts. And like, that's what the CEO wants from me too. He's literally just like, I don't want you to wait on things. Like, just go for it. Just do it.
Oh my God. Amazing.
It's so crazy. And it's like such a vibe shift from where I was before. So it's like, I still am like running things a little bit past my manager before like the double chin one. And it was like using like a cussing song and stuff. And it was like pretty like, whoa, this is jarring, you know? Like, my pissed off double chin face. Like I still am like a little bit, I'm not really nervous that they're going to say no. I almost just am like, hey, I'm thinking this and I like just want to let you know. Yeah. And he always is just like, cool. Yeah, go for it.
You're testing the boundaries at this point and you will eventually be comfortable enough probably to be like, this is going to be fine.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I don't know where the boundary is still at this point because they haven't told me no on anything. In fact, like the CEO, when I was interviewing, he was like, I want at some point to be like, kind of telling you to rein it in versus like me like pushing you to like go harder. So I'm like right kind of I think in the threshold of where they're wanting me at this point, and I don't know at what point they would be like, you've taken it too far. I don't know. So we're gonna see, but it's fun because like it's my personality at this point, you know, and like had Bullseye pie me in the face the other day for a video, and like it's just been fun, and I'm able to be creative. So I've been super busy with that, but it's been a good busy. And then we're gonna go to Anime Las Vegas because that's Bullseye's company's con that they do, and now Megan and Washington Boy are going to come to that too, so that'll be super fun. Yay! And I'm going to dress as Dr. Mario and walk around and make content for RevDoc, and then you're going to be Princess Peach one day, so we're just going to like, it's kind of funny.
Wait,
like
my cosplay account collab with RevDoc?
Yeah, if you want to,
hell yeah, let's do it.
Oh, they would love it because it's like, like God. You're an influencer collabing with us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
100%. No, so that's what I was going to say. Like the kind of like intersection of like you and me with my work social media is already going to start like coming to fruition really fast.
Oh, when I'm Princess Peach and you're Dr. Mario.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so I'm so happy you're coming now because it brings it all together, honestly. It's good. Like Dr. Mario on his own, like, okay, I could stand alone and do it, but it'll be easier like walking around and filming shit if you're there. And also, you know, we can do Princess Peach stuff too. So yeah, it works out really well.
Yay.
So there's that. And then Bullseye and I are doing really well. And I've been like keeping a secret that I guess I'll share now. Ooh. He moved in. What? No. What? Yeah, he moved in. It's been a little bit now. But I was just kind of like holding it close to my chest publicly, but most people like in my life know, I guess, or maybe assume, I don't know.
Because by some standards, it would maybe have been considered early.
Sure.
But I also think that you guys, A, you just knew.
Yeah.
When you know, you know. B, it's like, if this doesn't work out, this isn't a permanent move. He can always move out later. Yeah. And then like he also had like a housing thing where it was like,
yeah. Well, part of the problem was he was living 45 minutes away already.
Right.
And at the time I was also like still commuting down to San Diego an hour and a half each way basically. And so then all of a sudden where he was living fell through and they were going to have to start looking for a new place, him and his roommate together. And they were looking at moving further up north away. And he and I were both like, God, that's going to like really be hard for us to be seeing each other. Yeah. And so he pitched it like, well, I want to, be with you anyway. Like we want to settle down by like your family and your friends anyway. Like what if I just moved in? And it was like fast, but we had already been like talking about it, not seriously before that. And, I just was like, ultimately this is where we would want to end up anyway. And, he was super down to be here. And so I kind of was like, okay. And so I said yes. And then like, ultimately another reason why I said yes was because moving in with the wolf is ultimately what ended up saving me in the end. If he and I hadn't lived together before we were married, I don't think I would have found out a lot of the stuff that I found out, and I would have married him. And so I also was like, okay, this is a protection mechanism for me too, because living together, we're really going to be like figuring out all of each other's idiosyncrasies and like all these little nuances and stuff that you don't get to see when you don't actually like cohabitate with the partner. And that was never where I landed on the subject before, like in terms of how I felt. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to live together until we're married. But now I feel very much the opposite. Having been through that, I'm kind of like, okay, I think this is a thing that's probably smart for me to do anyway. Maybe in a perfect world, like he wouldn't have moved in as fast as he did, but honestly, it probably just, that's what actually needed. I think so. To happen. Cause you guys have had like, you've figured out a lot more about like your communication and what life would look like and what marriage would look like. Because he's there all the time. For sure. Yeah, like it's naturally brought out other things, and like we've gotten to know each other differently and like very well because of this too. And they say like my therapist said, you're going to see things come out at 3 months and you're going to see more things come out at 6. Yeah. And I definitely feel like that's true. And at 9, you'll have a baby. And at 9, you give birth. The thing really comes out. No, but like as you start picking up on patterns or like people get more comfortable, their stuff starts coming out. And so that's true. And like I deal with things from my past relationships and he deals with things from his past relationships, and we work through them. But ultimately, like it's been really fun. It's been I think living with somebody can like totally make or break you. In our sense, like it definitely hasn't broken us. Other things have come out that we've had to like work through and talk through. But at the end of the day, like we really like each other and we really love each other and we're best friends and we have a lot of fun and we are very compatible. And it's been super fun living together. And so I don't know. I do recommend it if it's right for you, but it has been right for us and just has given, like you said, like more of a sense of what it would look like to be together forever and be married and do life together, which is awesome. And yeah, I don't know. It's been great. We've been together for 7 months now, a little over 7 months.
When's your anniversary?
It's on the 1st of each month. Our year anniversary is August 1st.
Oh, that's like easy to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything's going well. Yeah, we are very much talking about getting married in a year. So I'm engaged, obviously, as I know, it takes time to plan a wedding. So, yeah, we'd like to.
Oh my God, third time's the charm.
God. It better fucking be.
Dude, your bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the whole theme, or is that just like
third times? Oh my God.
The content we can make about, I don't know, man.
100%. Yeah. It's hilarious. It's totally funny. It is. Like,
well, and like the first bachelorette was like a little more low key. The second bachelorette was like, okay, we got to go all out. We're going to go to Tulum because this is it.
This is it.
No, but now this is going to be.
No, for real. For real. This
like, what are we going to do for the third bachelorette? Like storm the Capitol?
Oh my God.
Insurrection?
That's hilarious, dude. That's funny. Yeah, God, I don't know. Like maybe start another global pandemic.
Yeah, seriously. Like we got to think big for this
I need to get bitten by a bat. Like immediately.
God damn, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, we'll do something fun. But we're talking about having a destination wedding.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Rachel told me this like 2 hours ago in the nail salon, and I was like, I'm not like emotionally what?
Well, we've always talked about having a destination wedding because the other 2 weddings I planned were here in my hometown, and like I don't want to do that a third time, and that just doesn't feel like us also because he's not from here and whatever. I always wanted to have a destination wedding, but the wolf always said no because his family wouldn't be able to travel for this reason or that reason. And so it was off the table. So I would like to do something completely different and like very special. And we, on our first date, after we had some drinks in us and we were very much vibing, started talking about going to Spain. And we were like, you want to just like up and go to Spain in a couple months or whatever? Because we both really want to go to Spain and Portugal.
Dude, me too. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Spain. I feel like
that's kind of nice. Everybody gets a little like vacay.
Oh, totally.
It's so fun.
Oh my God.
With like all our friends. I know. Maybe we need to spend like, I don't know, a handful of days before the wedding so that like he and I could hang out with everybody. Because after we would go off probably and do our own thing.
Yeah.
But I would want to like spend time with my people too beforehand. So
bro, anyway, this is the podcast episode about like making giant plans about things that aren't.
I know, but like
we're like, what are we gonna do for the 4 days leading up to the wedding? Like clearly, a
year from now,
this is what we're gonna do.
Okay, but it like very much is on the forefront of my mind because he and I have been talking about it a lot this week, and we were just talking about it with Jacob and Alexis last night too.
And I'm the last one to know.
And I was telling you about it, and like we have this whole plan of like how we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it, and we have like a timeline, and we're
oh my God. I wonder if Bullseye is going to tell me like when he's proposing or if he's going to think that I can't keep a secret. I think I can keep a secret.
No, I'm sure he's going to.
He might need to. I would think he would need to loop me in.
Well, because I forgot about this. The other day we were talking the other night and it was in the midst of this conversation and he said something about how he was going to propose. And I was like, you could literally propose here at our house and I would be thrilled, like in our bed, just the two of us. And he was like,
lame.
No, that's lame. Like
stupid.
It needs to be magical. And I was like, okay.
Wait, that's actually really sweet because the wolf never fucking gave a shit.
No, he didn't.
He co-opted your family trip the first time. And then the second time it was like 2 days beforehand. We basically planned it for him. It was like very last minute. It was
thrown together, and both of the rings that he bought me are not what I wanted.
Right.
He didn't actually give really a shit about what I wanted.
Yesterday, I fucking looked up wedding rings. That's my...
Oh my God. No, we're delusional.
I know. I'm straight to Lulu, but it's like...
But like, that's where we go when we actually like...
When you actually feel safe and you like someone and it's like going that, like I haven't looked up wedding rings definitely since.
I remember doing that for the first time too, which is like
with Bullseye.
Like, and I was like, wow, this would have otherwise been really triggering. But now I'm like actually excited to be looking at wedding rings again.
Crazy.
Oh, what is happening?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw someone get engaged on Instagram like a couple of days ago and her ring was like the prettiest thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, what's that one? I want that one. And then I'm like, Megan.
You start fucking dreaming.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, wait, I actually could see this again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It's cool. And we are women, so we just think a million miles ahead at all times.
Yeah, why do we do that?
I don't know. But I am a chronic.
I'm sure we're conditioned to it for so many reasons or whatever, but like shit, I always think way ahead too.
Oh yeah. And Bullseye's like, complete opposite, but except with this, now he's very much we're on the same
Washington boy is like
timeline.
This is the first time I've thought ahead in my life.
Right.
He's like, I've literally, because he's been in relationships, like his last big serious ex was like 5 years, and he's like, this is the first time in my adult grown life where I am like, oh, I want a wife and a family, and where do I want to live, and what do I want for my future, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
such a light switch for them when they get to whenever in their life their brain fully is just like, oh, the instinct has kicked in. I would like to procreate and find my partner now. Yeah. And like,
I mean, I think it's finding the right person, but it is like, it's like they turn a certain age.
But he felt that way before he met you. Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm ready for these things now. All of a sudden.
He told me that it was like a month before he and I started talking.
Yeah.
Something switched in his head and he was like, yeah, I want to find my wife.
I saw this thing where this girl was like, I'm not convinced that like, men are, it's like, oh, they're ready for marriage when they find the right person. It's like they are ready for marriage, and then like the next person that comes along, that's who they marry. And it's kind of an interesting theory because like, and whatever, it is right person, right time. Like, I think so. But like the relationship could like maybe have worked and been great if they were at a place in their life where they were ready and they just weren't fucking ready for that person or whatever. It's
and women tend to be ready
a
lot sooner. But we also have this whole like biological clock.
Yes. That they just don't get. They don't understand.
Like, well, blah, blah, blah. We probably tend to want to be ready even with someone who's the wrong person.
Yeah, because we're like, well, if we're going to have kids, it takes 9 months to make a baby. So then it could take like this
4
long
months to try
to get pregnant. And if I want multiple, then that's, the next 5-6 years of my life having babies. And then, oh my God, before you know it, I'm 38 years old. Yeah. Like, and that gives me a little bit of wiggle room of like a year or two before then I can't have kids anymore. So like it's now or never.
Well, and we're fed all of this, like all of these messages that we are at our most worth when we are like wives and mothers too. And it's hard to like disconnect from that a little bit. And we don't have the luxury to just like sit around and wait until we're good and ready. I don't know.
Well, and the investment of like, oh, I've been with this person for a year already, or I've been with this person for 5 years already, 10, whatever. And then it's like, oh my God, like now I can't even fathom starting that all over and like dating and like building a relationship again and getting to the point where we're ready for marriage. Like that seems like it would take too long and like, oh, I would rather just, have this safe bet. Yeah. Even though I'm like not super happy, but like this is my closest chance at getting married and having a baby.
You end up having kids and then you end up resenting your partner and then you end up like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Rachel and I just
achieved the milestone and then you're like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just interviewed another guest who's going to be on next week. It's a really good interview, but it's about like how many women are now unhappy in their marriages with their children and then they're stuck. And like, it's such a weird lie that we're fed that we need to be married and with children in order to like reach our ultimate like potential or happiness. I don't think that's true for every person. And I think you and I are also like good examples of it's better to be like alone than with the wrong person.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to I mean, even if you and I were in our 40s, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm glad that we left our situations that weren't right for us anymore.
Oh my God.
But as
forever.
Yeah.
Glad.
Seriously. I digress. I don't even know.
I digress as well.
I'm just on my high horse right now about like.
Yeah, we both kind of are.
Yeah.
It was a splendid rant, Thelonious. Top notch rant.
Yeah. There you go.
And there's the updates. There you have it.
There are the updates. Thelonious is getting married in Spain next year. We don't.
I'm living in sin, and Megan has a long distance boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not engaged yet, but you are getting married in Spain next year.
Yeah, manifesting that now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks.
Well, except no.
Tune in.
I heard it first, and then everybody else heard it.
And don't you forget it.
But Alexis heard it
Remember
before
your
me,
place.
apparently.
That was a matter of convenience because I saw her before I saw you since I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I know.
When
you told me our nails, I was like, when were you going to tell me this?
Oh, wow. I've been demoted. All right, should we pivot to trauma bonding?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this trauma bonding segment, I just want to give a little trigger warning because it does discuss sexual assault, anxiety, triggering relationship dynamics with parents. This is actually somebody I've known for a long time. We are not close by any means, but we were good friends for a little while when we were younger. Gosh, probably when I was like 13. It was around the time I had my first boyfriend. She knew him, and we kind of like had a friendship at that point. But we lost touch, and she found our podcast because we're in, Instagram friends and stuff. And then she ended up writing in for trauma bonding, and I had no idea about any of this. And it's a pretty crazy story. So, I'm going to call her Hallie.
Okay.
You haven't read this one, have you?
Nope.
Okay. Wow. Buckle up. Hey, Rachel and Megan, I love your podcast so much. Rachel knows, LOL. If you do choose to share this in a trauma bonding segment, I would prefer to remain anonymous for now. I also hope that the trajectory of my healing will continue in the direction it has been going. And if so, I'd love to share updates with you down the line. The context I think is most helpful to understand before I share my specific traumatic experiences is that I had a really wonderful childhood. My and Rachel's hometown is truly an incredible place to grow up. And my parents were amazing and caring and loving. That said, like many other millennials, my parents struggle to understand mental health issues and especially struggle to believe them to be anything more than a problem that could be resolved with an attitude adjustment. Feelings were not something we really spoke about in our home growing up, and most big issues were swept under the rug. Around age 7, I was sexually assaulted by my male cousin who was about 4 years older than me. It happened in my own home in my little brother's bedroom while he had my 4-year-old brother stand guard outside the door because our parents were downstairs.
Holy shit. I just got so many chills.
Yeah.
She was how old again?
She was 7.
Okay.
I trusted my gut that this was not right, and as soon as my cousin had left my house, I told my parents. They called our grandfather, who the cousin was staying with at the time, and made him come back and apologize to me. After that, we never spoke of that experience again in my family. Ooh. I was so confused. So she was 7 and he was about 11. He was 4 years older than her. Which is a big difference when you're that young. Like that's a pretty drastic age difference. Even if I'm thinking about my little cousins, like 7 to 11 is pretty drastic. Whoa. Go through a lot of changes around then.
Yeah.
I was so confused by this experience and especially how my parents handled it. This is where I began to lose the ability to trust my own gut if something was seriously wrong. And also when I learned, falsely, that my body wasn't as sacred to my own self as I had thought. In short, this resulted in many other instances throughout adolescence where I allowed boys or men to do things to my body that made me feel uncomfortable, and I never again spoke up because based on the minimal punishment, a forced apology, my cousin was given, I was taught that what he had done to me wasn't really all that wrong or bad. Evidently, my cousin was also taught something similar from the experience. When I was at his high school graduation party, because yes, my family was acting like it never happened. Because yes, my family acting like it never happened meant I had to keep seeing him regularly at family functions. I met his mom's best friend's daughter, who was also around my age, and I have no recollection of how it came up, but we bonded over the fact that he had sexually assaulted both of us.
Wow.
She was the first person I had ever shared this information with after telling my parents the same day it happened. And I felt so much freedom, not only in saying it out loud, but also in someone else agreeing with my body's initial intuition that what had happened was wrong. By this point, I had learned to keep these sorts of things to myself, at least within my own home. Nothing had been done when I was 7. Why would anything change moving forward? Mm-hmm. My dad especially preached to us that therapy was for crazy people. And if you felt sad, you just needed to buck up and put on a smile. But I had that experience of freedom and affirmation and talking about something horrendous that had been done to me with another human. That cousin who had assaulted me was later sent to federal prison for trafficking child pornography and sentenced to 10 years.
What?
Insane.
Oh my God.
I know. I did the same thing when I read this for the first time. I'm like getting chills all over again. Crazy. Like, God, if only like some additional consequences or like therapy or something back then had happened when he was a kid.
This is a despicable thing to do. Like,
he just kept doing it.
And he kept getting away with it. And go apologize to your cousin.
That's not enough.
No.
Clearly, he continued to do it throughout his life to the point where trafficking child pornography, sentenced to 10 years. Federal prison. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have since learned of at least one other female he had harmed besides me and his mom's friend's daughter. We do not know if he has hurt any other women, and his charges for prison had nothing to do with any of us who he had hurt. Mm-hmm. So now there's 3 women that we know of.
Wow.
Which is obviously more than 0.
Right.
Which is fuck. On top of the child pornography. Fast forward to college. I was home for the summer before my sophomore year and working at a local retail store. On my lunch break one day, I went to Starbucks, and on the way back to my car, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I had a sense that someone was following me and began walking more quickly to my car, gripping my keys between my fingers in case I'd have to use them as a weapon. A man then began running after me through the parking lot. I had to slam my door shut and lock my car quickly while he reached for the handle to try and open it to get inside. I sped off and ended up running over his foot with my car as I fled. I drove back to my part-time job's parking lot and instantly had my first ever panic attack. I did not tell my parents.
Where does it say where this happened?
The summer before my sophomore year of college.
Okay.
She was home for the summer, so she was here working at a local retail store. Yeah, it was somewhere here.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Throughout the rest of the summer, and especially once I was back on my own in another state at college, my anxiety began to worsen. I couldn't sit in a drive-thru for fast food without having a panic attack because I felt so exposed in that standstill state in my car. I was having night terrors and was constantly on edge. Thankfully, my school had a counseling center and offered a few sessions free to students to get you started. I began seeing my first therapist and was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. GAD. I still did not tell my parents. I stopped going to therapy after the free sessions because I knew they wouldn't pay for more. My anxiety was manageable, but has remained a consistent part of my life from that time onward, 2014. I had already met my now husband, and he was absolutely incredible in supporting me, learning how to help me during a panic attack, and respecting my physical boundaries that I had begun learning how to put up. One of the worst seasons for my anxiety was when my cousin was released from prison. I was convinced he was going to come find me because he had been in federal prison. Although it is not the state where he committed his crimes, he had been incarcerated in the same state as my college, which was a coincidence I had always hated. The most difficult part, however, was that my parents continued to act like nothing had ever happened to me at his hands. In particular, after he was released, my mom was frequently visiting that part of her family and sending me selfies with my cousin and updates on how he was doing as an ex-con.
What?
Fucked up. At first, I was so in shock. I simply chose not to respond. I didn't have the tools to set boundaries with my parents yet and didn't know what else to do besides ignore those specific texts. A few years later, though, I finally had the courage to explicitly ask my mom to never speak of him again to me or send me another picture with him in it. But once again, we didn't discuss why I had made that request. And at this point, my parents still had no clue I had been diagnosed with anxiety or even saw a therapist. Especially since I have become a parent, I've struggled with how any parent could possibly forget about or ignore their own child's sexual assault. I became a mom in 2021, and this issue of how my parents handled my assault became top of mind for me again in that season. I have tried to give my parents grace, knowing that this has to have been such a traumatic experience for them, for it to have happened under their roof while they were home. I'm sure they experienced guilt and shame and grief too, but I've never known for certain because we don't talk about anything like this in our family. That is, until recently. Wow. In 2023, I was diagnosed with PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and in early 2024, I began taking my first prescription medicine for any mental health purposes. Around the same time, my brother's depression grew exceedingly worse, to the point that my parents were starting to come around to the idea that maybe depression and anxiety are real and can't just be fixed around the kitchen table as they used to believe. This opened up a lane of conversation for me to share my experiences and the fact that I was actually taking an SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Over the last 5 months, I've had increasingly open conversations with my parents about my last 10 years of mental health struggles and why I had kept them in the dark about it. My dad even asked some great questions about why our generation seems to struggle more with these issues than his generation did and what trauma really even is. LOL at that privilege. It's making me emotional. We have been making so much progress and growing closer than I ever imagined our relationship could get to, but I still haven't ever confronted them about my cousin. With coaching from my therapist, I'm planning to have that conversation soon and hopefully learn more about why they responded to that experience the way that they did, and also share with them how it has had a lasting effect on me. I'm approaching this conversation with grace and open-mindedness, and I'm hoping to share my feelings in a way that lets them in but doesn't necessarily just blame them for everything. After all, they didn't assault me. And again, as a parent myself now, I don't know if I would know the best way to handle that situation, especially 23-ish years ago when the stigma around sexual assault and mental health was still so bad. I wanted to share all of this with you and your listeners to give hope to anyone who has family members who are not understanding or accepting of therapy or their diagnoses. My parents are still learning a lot, and so am I. I honestly would have never believed they'd come around to the level of understanding they're currently at. And if you had asked me a year ago, I would have thought I'd go to my grave with my parents never hearing about my mental health diagnoses. To anyone who feels stuck with an unsupportive family, I am so sorry for how isolating that feels. I know it's awful, and you may even feel that those who you share blood with don't really know the real you. Please know that you can still make progress without that support, and that it's worth finding friends and or partners who you can walk through it with in lieu of your family. And of course, professional help through a therapist. My current therapist has also diagnosed me with PTSD in relation to these events I've described. With my now husband, when we were dating, I would have panic attacks in the middle of a makeout session if he was ever on top of me, because it took me back to lying on the floor in my brother's bedroom completely helpless. We have since been to sex therapy together and have come such a long way in making strides to separate my PTSD and trauma from our intimacy. I am eternally grateful for the work he was willing to do alongside me and the patience he has had with me in our 12 years together. Side note, I'm now extremely passionate about sex therapy, and it'd be my dream job if I had the means to go back to school for it. I cannot recommend it enough. I have lots of resources I'd be happy to share. Thanks for reading my trauma, ladies. Hallie.
Yeah, I'm so emotional.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there.
Oh my God.
A lot. And just, yeah, like, first of all, like, God, so fucking brave of you to even just like sit down and take the time to write that.
Seriously.
And yeah, just like incredibly touched and moved that you chose us as the platform to like share that.
Yeah.
That's like really fucking meaningful. That you felt that we were safe to do that with. So yeah, that
sitting down and writing that was not easy.
No, that's like, not lost on us.
Very, very brave. And I'm sure it took a lot of emotional labor to write all of that out. And like, oh, there were so many moments during that story where I was like, this person has clearly been to therapy.
Oh yeah.
The level at which she described the events and the compassion she has for her parents is mind blowing. Mm-hmm. But that also shows to me that she has come to a place where it's like she can recognize that they love her and they are doing the best with their tools and their knowledge and the way that they were raised.
I have to imagine there's some disassociation there for them of like, yeah, like she said, guilt and shame that even occurred in the first place. And like just deeply suppressing that memory and like that happening because they're like, this is unfathomable that this happened to my daughter while we were home and like in our family. And like, that's disgusting. And like, I can't even like, it's so painful to even like go there that like my child was hurt like that. And like, that's not right. Obviously, like that doesn't solve anything, but that's a lot of, I feel like that generation, they just kind of do that and sweep things under the rug. And it's not right. And it's not helpful to you. But yeah, commend you for just having so much compassion for your parents who, definitely need therapy and
who did not handle that the best way. And then for you to have the bravery to continue those conversations with them in the ways that feel safe to you and to eventually broach the topic of like the actual incident, but to even set boundaries of like, please don't ever send me pictures of my cousin again. Like it's like, so hard setting boundaries with your parents. Like,
yeah, it is. Especially if, all you've known your whole life is them kind of not being willing to like listen to you on those things, or like, I don't know, you did speak up about your assault and it wasn't met with like the right response necessarily. So it kind of, it makes it tough to be vulnerable and have those conversations and set the boundaries. And it's really hard. I'm
so happy that she found her partner and that they went to sex therapy. I'd love to talk about sex therapy at some point. Like, we should have a sex therapist on the podcast.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh, Nicole, I'd love to talk about that because, intimacy after you've had some sort of traumatic experience like that.
Oh, yeah.
And to have a partner who has, like, the patience to work through that with you and be patient during those, like, times where you're triggered and, like, make you feel safe. Like massive. The most important thing. Yeah.
Massive. Yeah. We're super happy that you have that and that you're a mom and you started your own happy family
and that you wanted to share that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's an incredible story and we're like so heartbroken that happened to you, but we're like, God, just so impressed by you also at the same time. Like, holy shit, that's a lot to deal with like your whole life. And just like, respect the hell out of you.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't cried on an episode in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I know. I mean, our updates have generally been a little bit more.
Yeah. That really got me.
That's good though. We need to get back to the heart of the trauma of this podcast.
Yeah. Also, Hallie, if you have an update, like you've talked to your parents or anything, any sort of update, please do write in again, and we'd love to hear from you. Okay, I think we can wrap it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts. We are also back up on YouTube. We're getting caught up. We have 8 episodes on there now. I'm working on number 9. And so you can go back and watch your favorites.
We'll get there. Our editor is on spring break next week. So
yeah, we're cruising through though. And the 1-year anniversary of this podcast is next month, April 17th. So hopefully, God, we're just so busy with all our shit right now, but I really do want to take the time to like celebrate our 1 year, and make it special. So stay tuned for that. And make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok to see us continue to go viral with blackface. Just kidding. Totally kidding. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.